We're back. WW. Do an intro for your boy, Sean.
Hey, so
Welcome
we
to
got
Tambay TV.
we have a special guest with us, all the way from Portland, Oregon slash Maine, because he's wearing a sweater.
Maine?
It's super cold. I said Portland, Oregon slash Maine because it's like
Slash
really
Maine, okay,
cold.
yeah.
But he's just 2 minutes away. Sean, my brother-in-law, he's gonna be on here with us. He is actually an expert on everything Avatar.
Oh, good.
What?
You
No,
know,
I never said any of this.
he actually goes trick-or-treating every year. He dresses up in blue body paint. And
No
then,
shit.
right.
Can you share
yeah,
pictures?
man,
Can you
like
share
the
on?
whole
And
the
stilts.
whole 9 yards, man. Like he's really passionate about it. So
No shit. Who do you go as? Jake
Uh,
Sully? Is it
Yeah, Jake. I go as Jake.
good? I gotta say, man. Well, let's get into the whole Avatar of it, right? I wasn't. I love the first one in that
Oh, of course.
it was groundbreaking, but I wasn't a super fan of it. You know what I mean? The story for me was Fern Gully with blue people, but at the same time, that's me. It's like Avatar to me is like a joke, a very funny joke that you keep on hearing it over and over and over. You like watching it up to the point that it's not funny anymore. That's what Avatar was. You know what I mean? It got to that point that okay, I wouldn't say other stuff has beaten it since then, but that was like a decade ago. But then when this new one came out, I'm like blown away all over again. What are your thoughts on it? Who wants to go first? Sean, you go first. Being the
Okay.
Jake stuff.
Well, speaking on the first one, I think it was kind of overrated. I mean, just for me, it was kind of just like it was just popular because I mean the story was pretty basic, you know.
Did you guys watch it in 3D? Yeah, it is basic.
Yeah.
It's basic.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's basic.
It is basic. We're
It's
gonna
Fern
we're
Gully.
gonna go
It's
somewhere,
rules.
save people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still good. It was still good.
The effects were
Personally,
awesome though.
Yeah, that for its time, it was like really good technological advancement.
Did you get to
Same
watch
with
it in
like
3D? Did you get to watch it in the
personally,
cinema?
the first
Part
one or the
two.
second one?
The first one, cinema. Did you get to watch
The
it?
first one,
Definitely.
the first one I didn't watch in 3D. Personally, just because when I watch 3D, I don't know, I don't enjoy it as much as I just do regular. I don't know. I think 3D is kind of, I kind of get motion sickness a little bit.
That's the point.
But that's
It's
just
supposed
me.
to be that. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like,
It's a ride. It's a ride. Well, that's the way I
like
experience it.
Cameron, Will's son. When we were there watching Avatar 2, he was wearing his 3D glasses and he
It's
kept
going like
reaching
this.
out for the fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't get that with
Which
other
is cool,
3D
yeah.
movies. Truth be told, we don't get remember,
That's
especially
what-
those white things.
That is true.
Yeah, and
You
that,
want
and
to
that's
reach out
what,
and grab the fucking
that's
thing.
what made Frozen so amazing in 3D, right?
I didn't get to watch it in 3D. I watched it like it was my movie of
I
the
was
year.
just- No, I was just
love that
testing
movie.
you. I was just testing you to see if you actually saw it.
No, I saw it. I saw it late. I was late in the game, but I love that movie, bro. It was my movie of the year that year.
Great movie.
Yeah,
It's a
that
great
shit. That's a fun. No, amazing movie. Bad guy, good guy. Who you think is a good guy, but he's a real bad guy. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's got like those twists and shit. I love Frozen, bro. I will defend Frozen. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Are you serious?" That's okay. I'm like, I don't give a shit, man. Those songs are awesome. The fucking
I still sing them.
the story is deep. It's deep, and it's about like a sibling thing. And at the time, I was my brother just got married, so everyone, I'm not as and I'm tight with him. You know what I mean? So I felt that whole Anna and Elsa drama. And do you want to build the snowman? That's me wanting to play with my bro. So it really hit with me. So I'm like, I love this fucking movie. And the bad guy, everything. I will. What's the word that the kids use? Simp. Is that what they use? I will simp for Anna and Elsa any fucking day. Sorry, Sean. We're in the middle of a.
I think he froze.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, he froze. Oh,
And
dropped out.
he'll come. Yeah, he'll come back.
Yeah. But I will fucking represent, bro. I knew you were testing me.
Man.
I'm gonna. Oh, I watched the shit out of that. Anyway, your thoughts, bro. You get into it first.
Okay, well, I mean, you were hitting on the fact that it's like you keep hearing a really, really great joke,
right?
Until it's not funny anymore.
Funny anymore.
And it's a 3-hour movie.
No, right? I'm talking about the first one. The first one. The first one is a joke.
The first one was crazy long too.
Yeah.
I thought the story was good, even though it was basic. I thought it was good just because they bring different elements. The Sahelu and the different the different characters, the different animals, and all of that, and the fact that they put him into somebody into this alien body. All of that right there just it was so different. It was so different for me. Obviously, it's about colonizing another place, and we've seen that throughout history.
Well, we're talking about the first one here, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the first one.
Yeah.
They're there trying to get that rock, because their energy crisis
God honest truth,
Earth.
I don't even remember it anymore. I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah.
It's rock called unobtainium, and Earth apparently has this energy crisis, and the rock can apparently solve that energy crisis. But they're going to a foreign land, and they're just trying to tear up the land. And Jake Sully, who's there to infiltrate the tribe,
dances with. That's what dances.
Yeah, and ends up making a 180 turn, and we've seen that in so many movies.
Last Samurai, before. You can even say Last Samurai.
Last Samurai, wherein he's there to train the Japanese, to train their army. He gets captured by the samurai, and ends up becoming one of them. That's basic. What's that when
hero's journey? Oh, kidnapped.
No, when you get kidnapped and you fall in love with your.
Not the Electro Complex. I know what you're talking about. Fuck. What is that?
Sean, help us out.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi's bad. So where did we leave off?
When you get kidnapped and you end up falling in love with your captor, that's a thing. That's a kidnap. Fall in love with captor. I'm gonna Google it.
Is that what you Googled?
No, I'm giving up. I would sit on this all night with captor.
Once you say it, I think
Stockholm syndrome, motherfucker.
There you go.
Oh yeah, because homegirl in La Casa de Papel, they named her Stockholm.
Which one? What's Casa de Papel?
House of Cards.
I don't watch House of Cards.
Not House of Cards. Where they wear the mask, they rob the bank.
The one with red jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Money Heist.
Money Heist.
Money Heist.
They name her Stockholm because she falls in love with the dude. She's like, they kidnap her, and
I didn't finish it though. I didn't get to it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't enjoy it. You know what's
the name Stockholm.
We're going all over the place, but just aside, Alice in Borderland is really fucking crazy too.
I want to watch it. I saw the big billboard.
It's pretty violent. It's pretty violent though. It's very.
I don't mind that. I just got to kick the kids out the room when I watch.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like blowing up bodies. You seen that, Sean?
I watched the first season. I haven't watched the new season yet, but I've heard a lot about it.
I mean, it opens strong. I've seen the first 3. The first one was like, I got kind of, believe it or not, I got a little bit of nightmares in there because of that thing.
Really?
Yeah, because of the gore, and I'm a gore guy. I'm a horror and gore guy, but the way Koreans do it, bro. Here they go again. Here they go again. Something really unique, man. You guys should see it. I mean, I'm enjoying this better again, like Avatar. Just to bring it back to Avatar. I'm enjoying
Okay.
the second one more than the first one because I enjoyed this second one was just to bring it back to the old joke that you keep on hearing. This was a fucking very funny comedy set. If you know what I mean, it's a
Yeah, yeah.
new album. It's a new painting. It's a new fucking shoe. You know what I mean? It's something
Mhm.
I and being cinephiles, we love the cinema, bro. Am I wrong in saying Cameron has been able to give us something we've never seen before with this shit?
Well, yeah, I mean, even in the first one, I think he gave us something that we never seen before. Maybe the
Yeah.
Yeah,
story.
but you didn't think he'd do it again, but he did it again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did it again.
Right.
See, for me, the reason why I gave you those comments on the second one, wherein I was thoroughly entertained. You
How can
know,
you not be?
my
How can you
Maria,
not be?
my wife, she fell asleep. She fell asleep in the movie during the movie.
God.
Okay, so this is what happened, right? So we're supposed to
Okay.
watch at 5 o'clock. Couldn't get tickets. Obviously, everybody wanted to watch, so we ended up watching the last screening, which was pretty
9
late. What
o'clock.
time was the movie at? 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. I watched the nine. Oh no, we watched the we watched the nine. We finished around 12:30.
And we don't, you know, we're pretty much prepared. We're winding down at 9 o'clock. So by 10:30, we're you know, because we got the 4-year-old. So we fell asleep.
It's the mama fatigue,
Yeah, the mama fatigue. I was locked in.
right?
I was
Wasn't
locked
it?
in. But all throughout the
Uh-oh.
movie, I'm still getting some carryovers from the first movie.
Same
And
here.
once I start seeing
Uh-huh.
so many inconsistencies, then you know you lose points with me.
Like which
Like if I'm
what? Because point I one. Like one.
okay, the Turok Makto, the big flying bird thing. You know how they ride on those flying dinosaurs?
Yeah. What? This is a
Yeah.
callback to the first one. Is this what you're asking?
Come back to the first one. So
See, I don't even remember
Jake
the first
Sully,
one.
yeah, Jake Sully gets kicked out of the tribe, right? And then in order for him to get
Prove
back in the
himself.
tribe, yeah, to prove himself,
He has
he
to ride the big
captures
dog.
the big flying dinosaur, you know,
Yeah.
the red one. And then automatically when you're able to capture the big one, you become the tribe leader. That's their rule, right? So at the start of the second one, I'm like, all right, so he's got the big red flying dinosaur, but it's nowhere to be found in the movie. So, you know, that right there was a big part of the first
What is it? The
movie.
Turok. What is
The
it? Makto.
Turok Makto. Turok. Yeah, the rider, the last shadow.
There you go. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big red one.
Yeah. I remember.
So they call it the last shadow is because it attacks from overhead, and it's the last shadow you will ever see because it just annihilates everything in its path.
Mhm.
You see that thing was as big as the
Yeah, it's fucking
the
huge.
flying the jets, those airplanes that the humans were flying in. It was the same size. So
Wait, what? So
it
your
had
complaint,
such an impact.
your complaint is that they didn't focus on that? Is that
Yeah, it had such a big impact
in the
on the
first one?
first movie that you just totally eliminated from the second movie. That didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
You know, that was the biggest thing for me.
Okay.
And then number two,
Go.
how do you just regenerate people's memories and put them into avatar bodies? Right?
Isn't that what happened with Jake?
No, totally no. Jake, they put him in that simulator into an empty avatar vessel, right? And then the only reason that, you know, Jake's human body dies, but his body gets transferred because of the tree. That's Sahelu. You know, the Sahelu. So that's what happened. And
No, but they
then
explained it in the start, right? That they could store their. Remember when he was looking at
yeah,
when
now
Mr.
okay,
Bad
so
Guy
they can
was
do
looking at
that,
his
right?
body
Why don't they just make an army of those?
an army of yourself.
Of no
Uh,
of avatars? Just like why do they only need to make one? What's the bad guy's name? The bad guy leader?
I don't remember his name. Well, let's look up his
Why
name.
just make
Well,
why
they
just
made
make one?
What's the
Why
bad
just make
well,
guy's
they made the
name?
badge.
Yeah, they made a batch, but why make just one? Make like 100 clones, like in Clone Wars.
Yep. That's a good point.
I mean,
Like
again,
an
these are
arm.
just
What's the name of the bad guy, Sean? Mr. Jake Sully. Do you have pictures? Can you share pictures of you in? I want to see you in Avatar gear.
Avatar. Dude, he was joking, dude. I ain't never dressed up as no
No,
Avatar.
bro. Just so you know, the crowd you're preaching to here. I dress up in Iron Man. I dress up in I fucking represent, bro. So
hey, Pyle, tell them a little bit about yourself. Break out the toys.
I know,
Please
man.
represent. Come on.
The toy.
Hey,
This
this
is
guy is a master craftsman.
This is the closest
Check
one I
out-
have in hand. Very timely too, cause
3D printed.
Pyle, you're gonna have to turn off the blur background.
All portrait mode.
No, turn off the blur background because you're getting blurry.
it's not a face. That's why it's not detecting.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, turn off the blur
Yeah, I'll
background.
turn off the blur.
So,
Yeah,
so
but-
is that?
Hey,
that,
show
did you
show
3D
them
print
the
that?
replicas that you make, dude. Like the toys that you make.
How do I
Predator.
turn off that shit?
You go to meeting background and effects, backgrounds
Man.
and effects.
Man, this is background and effects. I don't see background and effects.
That's your settings.
Click the three dots. The more button, and then
There you go. Yeah.
yeah.
I cannot find that right now. Anyway, but yeah, this is my Star Lord cost. This I bought back when he had the short red one. I have that and the guns. So that's my thing, man. Before I resign from my
I see.
job,
I want to see the toys that you make. I want you to show those, bro.
I don't know if you know this guy. 90s grunge.
Is that the dude from Rockstar?
No, Pearl Jam, motherfucker. Eddie Vedder.
Oh yeah.
His Tivoli shirt and his Doc Martens boots. I made all of that. I'm using like the bodies and then.
Okay.
So,
I want to see. Didn't you make a Predator?
No, I was making a Predator. I got show and tell, but
so do you use a printer?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Resin or
okay.
filament?
Resin.
Of course. So yeah,
You know what that is?
Is that The Witcher?
Yeah.
No,
Is it not?
it's Damon Targaryen.
The quality is so. Oh. Okay.
Damon Targaryen. There you go.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. So I thought I was excited.
Hey, so you're all caught up. You're all done with first season.
Fuck yeah, of course. I'm updated every week with that shit. I love
Why didn't we do a Tambay on that?
Why didn't we? That was my jaded period, bro. I was jaded. But that was good though.
Man,
that was good.
Yes.
Yes.
We could have Tambayed about that.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot. I don't know. My head wasn't.
What's the other series that came out at the same time?
Rings of Power. That
so
sucked.
no, you didn't like it.
That was a contrast of like awesome and unawesome. You know what I mean? How to fix and play to your crowd and just be obnoxious and do something different, which is like girl power shit. You didn't like? Did you finish it? Rings of Power.
I finished it. I finished it.
You enjoyed it?
I needed something to watch while I was on the treadmill. So.
But I couldn't take it. I stopped at episode 4. Her after.
Yeah,
Wow.
I watched like the first 2 episodes. It didn't really stick with me.
Yeah, did not at all. I remember that one scene when I was like, I've had enough. Remember, so homegirl gets thrown out of, she jumps off fucking boat, right? And she lands
Yeah.
on this island. And she's nobody there, right? She's just an elf. How entitled this bitch goes. There is the tempest is coming, or whatever. You have to go. And she goes, there is a tempest in me. I'm like, oh my god, who gives a shit, bitch? Who gives a shit if there's a tempest in you? This is your problem. We're not gonna defend you. We don't know you. That's what I was thinking when I was watching that show. Anyway, yeah. So I'm like, plus compared to House of the Dragon, man, each I've seen that at least 3 times, bro. I love it that much. The whole season 3 times. I mean, hell, I have
Oh.
Damien. I I put like that whole hairdo.
Hey, remember the scene where Damon kills the crab dude? What's his name? The crab feeder.
Yeah, I love that scene.
That was
That
that was bad.
that was this is
That was badass.
this is that scene. This is just I'm gonna make the armor. Remember, he was in his like armor, dragon armor. That's the scene I want to recreate. And he puts up the white flag.
Yeah.
Man, that is so bad. Oh, I got his sword too. This one's 3D printed to resin. Sean, check this out. It's got like the man. I should have turned out the blur background, but it's got like the dragon egg. This is what's the name of this sword again?
Dark Sister.
Dark Sister. There you go. Dark Sister. So from that. So that's what I do. Anyway.
After every episode, we get on YouTube and we get the Easter eggs and significance of all that.
Which part of the book? Non-spoilers.
Shout out Rockstars.
Yeah, who did I used to follow? I think there's like a new rock stars, Emergency Awesomes also.
Emergency Awesome, yeah.
With that, anyway, is it safe to say? And I mean, for me, I'm gonna say this, and this is how I feel about the movie. It's the best shit we've seen, not just the whole year, but the whole decade since Avatar 1. Visually, don't think about the story.
Okay.
Think about the effects. Is it safe to say that, Sean? Would you, or if you don't agree, what do you think beats it? Right? So
Visually.
Visually. How clean the effects were. Didn't the Marvel movies look like shit next to that? Think about how he got.
Oh yeah, no, the Marvel movies lately, as far as CGI goes, the Marvel movies have been pretty shit. But
but name a movie that you think would hold a candle to what James Cameron showed us. Plus, if you were, I watched it
off of my memory, I can't think of anything CGI because I mean, Avatar is like is effects, like heavily effects, like
peak.
It's everything is effects. So honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Story wise, I mean,
oh yeah, a lot,
pretty basic, a lot. But as visually,
story wise,
yeah, I can't think of anything.
God, honest truth, bro, I don't even remember the story. I was just so wowed by the special effects because it was a visual treat. You know how it opens up with, he reminds you that he did this, those white floaty things. I was watching it in 3D, so I'm like, okay, I've seen it.
Those right there.
The breathing, like the squid looking things that float.
Yeah, the little floating octopuses.
Yeah. No, it's like like a jellyfish, floating jellyfish.
Yeah, jellyfish.
White jellyfish thingies. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then
just like
go.
Oh, sorry. Just like the whole Avatar franchise in general is just, to me and to a lot of people I know, it's just visually like, it's just really nice to see. Like
candy
when I go down to Florida,
candy for your eyes.
Eye candy. There you go, eye candy. Like when I go down to Florida and I go down to Disney World, and they have that whole Pandora area, like it's really cool to see. Like, yeah, but I mean, even Avatar 1, that was also really good to see because I mean, back then the only CGI movies I can think of is probably like Transformers, like the first Transformers.
Uh-huh. That was
Like
good.
that was pretty that
That
was
was
pretty good
pretty good.
CGI for what 2007.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was awesome. That
Yeah.
was awesome. That was new.
What about every time we enter Wakanda?
Wakanda.
Every time we enter Wakanda and we actually get that panoramic view of Wakanda.
Like this the whole city and the scenery.
The whole city and the scenery. And
It's
then we
it's
enter,
dope,
we get to
but
go
I
through
don't think
Wakanda.
it beats Avatar.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't
it
beat
doesn't.
Avatar. No, it doesn't beat Avatar because Avatar is just you're seeing Pandora, the whole world. I mean,
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
it took
But
you to
that's
the
the point,
forest.
bro. But
I
that's the
mean,
point. He gets to show you
Pandora,
a fucking new world.
Pandora at night is better than anything because everything is glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pandora, that's Pandora at night. But just, I mean, just that if ever anything else, it would be that that entrance to Wakanda. Obviously, it still pales in comparison, but when you add up everything else, the
Mm-hmm.
story of Wakanda, like the first Wakanda, the first Black Panther movie.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being biased and a little sentimental.
Uh-huh. But you think it's better?
Overall, yeah. Overall, I'll
Or
go with
maybe
Black
because
Panther.
wait, overall Black Panther is better over excuse me.
Overall story, just in a whole. Again, I talk about I'm coming from a place where I want to see consistency from part one
The
to part
story.
two. Yeah,
Mhm.
with regards to the story.
Makes sense.
We're talking about a sequel,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we've seen like the greatest, would be part two, The Godfather, hands down.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that'll work too. Even though that was actually not part two, that was part 5.
That's part 2. I mean, chronology, not. I mean, release date wise.
Yeah,
Right?
release date
Release
wise.
date wise.
Release date.
Yeah,
Right.
I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean.
Yeah. So I mean, when I'm looking when I'm looking at it through that lens, maybe maybe I'm nitpicking.
No, that's what we're doing here, bro.
Again, I
We're
was
picking
thoroughly
nits.
entertained. I was thoroughly entertained. I was just annoyed at the inconsistencies. I was annoyed at those big whale things that I mean,
You were annoyed? I love the whale things.
I again, you in part one, you're after that rock. And
Wait. Going back to the whale thing. Did you not appreciate how real that eye looked when he was talking
no. Again, I'm not talking
when
about
she was wailing. Like,
yeah, I'm
that
not
looks
talking about
so fucking real.
yeah, I'm not
Right?
talking about I'm not talking about it visually.
Yeah.
It looked great. It looked great visually. Just about like
Mind blowing.
like the again, I'm going back to the story portion and how they talk about the whales will refuse to fight back. They're just gonna run away, and I understand because they used to kill each other over territory. I get that story part, but it's just why are they there? Why are they part of the story? Because they are the only reason they are there is to be hunted by the humans because they stop the aging process, right?
Yeah.
They pull out the oil. Obviously, it's going back to human history, and humans hunted whales almost to virtual extinction for the oil.
Yeah.
For the oil, just so that they can put the oil in their lamps. And
Then you just answered the question. That's why they were there.
No. But here I'm getting to my point. The reason why humans went to Pandora originally in part one was for unobtainium. Why? Because there was an energy crisis. They weren't able to get their unobtainium because they got kicked off the planet and ended up going back to Earth. So there was overpopulation on Earth, and I'm digging really deep here.
Mm-hmm.
Overpopulation, which caused an energy crisis. Now they want people to live forever. People will never die. Now there will be even more overpopulation for a dying planet that
Is it
has an energy
Earth
crisis.
dead in this one?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Because they landed from Earth. Remember? They came from
Yeah,
Earth
but they
went
were
back
out
to Pandora.
light years, right? They were out light years
No.
from Earth.
No.
Wait, so the bad guy body that arrived was like newly shipped, right? Isn't that what happened? Like,
Yeah, right. Remember,
that's-
the sun was born, right? When they got
the
kicked
dad
off the
died.
planet. When the dad died. How old was the son when they came back? Right? He was probably what?
16?
16? So that's how many years later. So Earth is still alive.
Still alive. Okay.
It's just
Yeah, I
the
didn't even
fact
get
that
that.
yeah, so that I'm looking at these and I'm asking myself, okay, part one, you wanted the Rock to save Earth. Now you didn't get the Rock, you didn't save Earth, but now people want to live forever. And they want to kill these whales so that people can live forever. So it's just like, and I'm looking at that and I'm nitpicking. And
I mean, it could be a way just to show how, I mean, it could like just symbolize how, like, I don't know, how selfish humanity can be or
There
something
you
like
go.
that.
I was
They don't get their priorities straight,
Of
and
course.
instead of
Of
saving the
course.
Earth, they'd rather save themselves. But
Of course.
from the story, from part one to part two, it wasn't really a segue. It was kind of just like boom slap. This forest is burning down. We're hunting your family, and then we're gonna go start a whole new story.
Right.
Now,
There.
my question is this: do you think the whale thing is just gonna be like part one with the Torque Mach 2?
I initially thought that it was gonna be, but I was like, all right, man, connect yourself to the whale. Connect yourself to the whale. You know how they bond with the animal through their tail. Yeah, we never saw that because it's a different type of bond. So apparently, the whales, they are similar to the avatars, and that they you can't connect with them that way, but they still do bond with avatars, or what are they called? Yeah, whatever, the blue people.
The blue people.
Yeah.
What are they called again?
I don't
Navi.
remember what they're. The Navi?
The Navi, yeah, the Navi.
The Navi.
They do bond with the Navi.
Yeah, I'm more on Sean's cap where it's blatantly telling you, hey, human beings, we gotta get our act together. You know what I mean? That's why we're the bad guys in this movie, right? I mean, human beings. And it's funny, I was whispering, I was whispering to my friend, the baddest bad guy just had to be Australian, just to not offend anyone. Right? He had that whole Aussie accent because nobody's gonna mess with the Aussie accent. He can't be American because it's an American crowd. He can't be British because that will be insulting to the Brits. He just had to be fucking Australian. So
how do you feel? How do you feel about movies that are trying to send a message?
If it's this well done, give me the message all day. That's why I was disheartened. You know me, I hate like the whole subliminal dumbass messaging. You're trying to make me like submit to the LGBT type of bullshit. I hate that shit, right? But with this one, if this is how the delivery what's the word I'm looking for? The delivery system is, fucking give it to me. I'll open my mouth. If it's this well done.
And that's what I was thinking about when I was like, okay, if I was about to watch this, he hates movies that are trying to, tell him to think a certain way.
Yeah, I fought against
that. I was looking at it through that lens, and I was like, oh, he might not like it. That's why we liked our early Marvel stuff, was because
exactly no messaging. Yeah,
were not trying to send us a message. They were just
telling a story.
recreating a comic book story
Yeah,
cinematically.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they started trying to,
Push an
like
agenda.
yeah, and
But this
and
one didn't
that
have if there was one agenda this movie had, it's a good moral story. It's like,
well,
you know,
a good moral
kind
that's
of
all relative.
anticlimactic,
That's all relative,
climate
though.
change shit, right? There's a little bit of Greta Thunberg in there. You know what I mean? A little bit of save
Like
the
again,
literally save the whales. You know what I mean? So it's literally save the whales. You know, it's a message of it's in your face saying save the whales. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. When I was watching it,
is that still a thing though? Save the whales?
it's not. But isn't it? Isn't that what the movie is about? Okay, let me put it this way. 30 minutes into the movie, I go to my buddy. I'm like, I'm not impressed so far. This is shit I've seen before, and it's a rehash, you know. But this is James Cameron, so he's taking his time with it, right? And then the moment they go to the sea people, to the Maui version of the Navi, you know what I mean? And then he shows us like something entirely new with the whales, with the underwater shots, with all these fucking amazing creatures. I'm like, wow, I didn't think I'd see something that I get just what I when we started. I said seeing something like just like you. Whenever I watch a movie, I want to see something different. I want to see something new, right? And with this one, especially with the underwater shots, I'm like, so that's what this fucker's been doing all these 10 years, you know? Because it looked real. It looked different. Something you'd see in a documentary, but instead of like a normal fish, it has like 4 or 5 eyes. You know what I mean? He incorporates the CGI with the underwater shots he took. Did you get that sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these are alien creatures. Wait, admit, Sean. There you go. And then he still fucking does it. So us
Genius.
exactly. I'm like, whoa, amazing. It was just the most. I was to the point that I was enjoying that part of the story and let's call it drama of how the whale is sad and how he's hurt and shit. To the point that when it came to the action part, which I usually love, James Cameron does it. He shows you that he gives you the gore, he gives you the explosions, he gives you everything. But at the same time, in my mind, like with what I've seen and how um, James Cameron sees it, it's beautiful. It was wow. Wasn't it? Can we agree that part was amazing, especially when they get to see all these creatures underwater?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Exactly. So
the whole movie was visually appealing.
exactly. So especially that part, right? That was the first time he starts off by showing you old shit, and then once he busts out this new shit, I'm like, wow, I want more of that. So when the action was kicking in, a part of me was like, I understand. Speaking of messaging, I understand where he's going, and he's delivering it in a way that he showed you something beautiful and how amazing the natural world looks and how man tends to destroy it. So once the humans are kicking in, I'm like, no, don't do. In my mind, don't do it. I wanted more of that. I wanted to experience the world the way he did and the way he was showing it to me. That I didn't want to see guns and people's heads blowing up. I wanted to see more of that colorful shit. You know what I mean? So in that way, I was like, wow, he made me dislike action. You know what I mean? It was well made action. It was gory. It was mechs versus aliens. You know what I mean? But at the same time, what was more fun for me were the colorful parts. You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So in terms of messaging, I got the message, bro. I mean, if this is the beautiful world, if the world is this beautiful and we're destroying it, maybe I will save the whales. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go vegan or anything, but I'm pro whatever you're selling, man. You know what I mean? That's where I am with that.
So he sold you based on all the work that he put around it.
Yeah.
And that's also how I felt about the movie. Because the movie was so visually appealing, I was thoroughly entertained. I was locked in because I was waiting for what he was going to show me next.
Yes, exactly. And you didn't mind the 3 hours, just like
I didn't mind the 3 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the 3 hours. I didn't mind that there were inconsistencies. Obviously, they still annoyed me, but
Which part annoyed you?
I found myself waiting for what he was going to show me next. Maybe the Turok Makto will come out of nowhere.
You love the Turok Makto.
Yeah, man. I was hoping that.
I know.
That all the way until the end of the movie, I was like, "Oh, there's going to be a cameo.
Yeah,
there's going to be a cameo of the Turok Makto." Because for me, that was the best part of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Turok Makto. That was the best part of the first movie. It saved the day, just like that whale, the one that was the banished whale, saved the day. Saved the day for Jake and his family. Obviously, I know. So spoiler warning.
No, we're full spoilers, bro.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I think we're already past that.
Yeah,
we're past that point.
No, I mean we didn't really give off any major details until what I'm about to say now is
about
the sun dying.
Obviously that was heavy. That was heavy.
Yeah, obviously we didn't want to see that, but just like in part one with the father dying, we didn't want to see that, but how they turn it, and again, this is a good part of the story because whoever thought that Zoe Saldana was gonna grab Spider, right? And she literally cut Spider, and that's family for them. So that right
that's
there,
your adopted son. That's an adopted son, right?
Adopted son. So, and then who would have thought that Spider was gonna save his dad?
I love that part too.
Right?
Yeah.
See, so now that has us, just itching for part 3. Right?
Well,
what's gonna happen?
I'm itching for part 3. I'm itching.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was such a good story. It's not even bitin. You know what I mean? It's not a cliffhanger. It doesn't end. It was so good that you want to see the next one, but it's not. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger that you feel that, you know what I mean? You know how Koreans do it, that stay tuned for the next episode or the next season. You know what I mean? It's always that cliffhanger ending where it's not it's not 100% story intentionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But
and then
it's good, but I want more.
And then I start going back to the inconsistencies. I don't know why, but then I start asking myself, does it matter? Does it matter if they kill these bad guys? Because they're just going to keep coming back? Because they're just going to keep re-inputting their memory into just empty avatar bodies. So I'm like, man, this is going to be a never-ending fight for them.
That's not an inconsistency. That's more of a plot hole, I think. Go, Sean. Hit him.
Oh no, I said. I mean, eventually, it's all going to lead up to some point. I mean, like, kind of like Endgame. That whole thing kind of led up to. I'm not saying the Avatar's going to be like Endgame, but who knows? Maybe the whale and like the Turok Makto, and then some other fucking creature out in the next movie will it'll be like some Avengers type shit.
You know what I heard though? You know what I heard or read? I don't know if I've watched it in a podcast or read it somewhere. The next enemies or the next people that they'll be discovering are like lava people. It's like
the land of fire. That's what I've been hearing.
You heard that too? Flame Navi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
bring
read
on
that
the
too.
flames, man. Bring on the flames.
And now they're talking about comparisons to the other Avatar.
Which one? The first one? Oh, the Last Airbender.
The last Airbender, where
Oh,
you got
because
your,
that also deals with elements.
yeah, you got your water people, you got your fire people, you got your air people. How
See,
many are there? Land,
Earth, Wind, and
land,
Fire.
earth, wind, and fire. Yeah,
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and
Yeah.
Fire.
and water, earth, wind,
Water.
fire, water.
Yeah.
So they're going to be
See,
doing something like that.
and this is why, um, James Cameron fucking succeeds where everyone doesn't, because he does it well. Cinematic, for it's made for the cinema. You know what I mean? If you watch this, maybe that's why I also fell out of love or whatever with the first one. Is when you see in the smaller screen, it doesn't have the same impact when you watch it in the big screen. It's like
Oh
it's
yeah.
made it's made for that. You're like, you feel the way he shoots things, the way he directs things. And that's why this thing it's already what, 200 million. It's like number 6 or number 7 top 10
Yeah, it's getting up there.
All time. Yeah.
already, and it's like on its what, second month,
Yeah, 50-inch screen just would not do this movie justice.
right? That won't even be enough. It has to be like a projector and maybe like a Sonos setup or like whatever.
Oh, you definitely need that good Bose Dolby Atmos surround sound.
Right? Sonos. Have you experienced the Sonos?
No,
All right.
not yet.
Oh,
Not
look
yet.
that up. Sean, are you familiar with that brand, Sonos?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Sonos. I don't know what theater I was in where I experienced it, but
That's
Yeah.
probably surround, but Sonos, man, those things, they rock.
Just the Dolby Atmos.
Atmos,
Just
yeah.
That was amazing.
Cinema wise, if you're my favorite, my new, not new, but we've been watching there a lot in SM. What's that? Aura. Aura has the best IMAX. It's not the biggest, but it's got like laser shit, so it's 8K.
It's a small cinema, right?
It's a small cinema, but it's IMAX format, and it's not big because the problem with something like a MOA, when you're watching MOA, when you're off to the left side, it's not balanced. You know what I mean? You're closer to the speakers on the left than you are to the ones on the right. In Aura, it's big enough that it doesn't matter if you're on the left side, the right side is still loud enough that it's a good balance. See, I'm that much of a geek when it comes to watching cinema.
No, okay, and you're an IMAX guy as well.
Exactly, I'm an IMAX guy.
Did I tell you the story of my first time ever watching an IMAX?
MOA.
In an IMAX theater? Yeah, and I ended up unluckily getting seats in the front row.
Oh shit! So you're watching like this?
Yeah, I was the whole movie.
I've tried that too.
The whole movie, I was like this, literally.
Yeah, that's bad. The front.
My neck hurt for like the next 2 days.
What movie was it? Do you remember what movie it was?
I don't remember what movie it was. My wife might. Maria, babe. What was? Do you remember the first movie we saw in IMAX? And we were in the front row. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she had epidural, so.
That memory eraser for everyone who's got it pregnant.
So that is the thing. That is the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone, like even my office mates, my sister, like I don't remember epidural. It's a thing. According to them, yeah. I'd like to try that sometime. Just to forget shit. I'm kidding. Sean, your first IMAX experience, do you remember?
Wait, so what is considered IMAX? I'm sorry. I'm not, when it comes to theaters, I'm not very, I don't really know the
when
difference.
When it says that little sign IMAX, it's
well, yeah, I know, but like, what's the difference? But I don't really pay attention, so like.
Oh, IMAX is like,
IMAX
if this is widescreen, this is IMAX. It gets bigger. Like
Oh, okay.
it's
I
a
think
different. It's a
so.
different resolution.
I don't remember the first time I saw an IMAX movie. I remember the first time I watched a movie up front like that. It was Civil War. It was
Oh,
Civil War when it just came out, and I
uh,
was up there, and the theater was packed, and I was all the way up I was all the way up there in the front row, and ever
never
since me
again.
and my dad we have to reserve seats first before we go.
Exactly.
You're
And in
that front row.
yeah, I don't know how it is in the States, but here, the cinemas here, usually for me, the best row is around H. Always. That's always like the good middle.
You get that, yeah, that balance.
H. Like when we watched Maverick, we were in H.
Yeah,
Remember?
that's
That was
awesome.
Maverick was awesome. That was another never seen
That
before moment.
that right there might be better than the first one.
Maverick is better than
Maverick
Top Gun.
might be better than Top Gun.
Oh, for
might be
sure.
better.
By far, for
Might-
me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Sans all the nostalgia of the first one, but if we're talking quality and story,
Oh yeah, quality. But story, I mean the first one, the way Goose dies,
yeah. Did anyone die in this one?
no, no one died.
Didn't Iceman die?
No. Iceman, well, unless he died in
Didn't
the
he die?
end from cancer, throat cancer.
I remember they had like
Oh,
a
yeah.
scene, right? Have you seen that
Yeah,
shot?
he had like the throat cancer, something like that.
No.
when they were like in his office or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the better pilot? We're not gonna do this right now. I love that.
The better pilot, Iceman or Maverick?
No, remember after that scene,
Oh, yeah.
Maverick goes, "So who's the better pilot?" And
Yeah,
Iceman just goes, "We're not doing this. We're not doing." I'm laughing.
Iceman was the adult in the room.
Yeah, he became the adult. Like I'm not gonna fight with you right now. But at the same time, I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna
No.
say you're the better pilot.
But he knew.
Did you, Sean? When you were, did the movie
Oh.
get you to care about Jake Sully's kids?
Well, I mean, I was sitting there for 3 hours, so I mean, after a while, you kind of get attached attached a little bit. But when the son died, I wasn't like there was a lady next to me,
Uh-huh.
and she's one of those people that like whenever something goes, oh my god. And then so when the son died, I think she started crying, and she was like, no. And the whole time I'm like side eyeing her. I'm like, what the, you good? Because like,
No, those
I
are my
mean,
favorite peeps, bro. Those are my favorite.
yeah, it makes the movie a lot
They're
more.
invested.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
invested.
yeah. I'm
But-
again. As I was telling Willie, I'm a
Yeah.
front man. I'm a band guy. I'm a singer. So any crowd reaction I appreciate. So when I watch a movie, when people like, especially when you watch horror films, you know how chicks
Yeah.
scream, and that's part of the all of us. It's in your head, and it's in the back of your neck. You can hear them scream. I appreciate that about a crowd. So that's a good story. So how about you?
Yeah,
Go.
yeah, like interactions like that really do make the movie. Like with Spider-Man, the new one, when all
Mhm.
those cameos started going on.
Oh, that
And
was.
I wasn't when you're in because back in the States, they don't really have if they the theaters there like quantity more than quality of like the seats. So you'll be like elbow to elbow with everyone else. Like they don't got no sofas over there. Like I think there's
Really?
only one theater where I live where they have like the sofa with the recliner and stuff like that. So
And I bet it's
mostly
hella
every
expensive.
yeah, that's pretty expensive. So yeah,
How much is a ticket?
when we were one, yeah,
Regular cinema.
for I think like $12, which
That's
would be
it?
like what
How much is that
600
pesos?
pesos. Usually when me and my dad go, the ticket's like $24
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
two, which would be like 1,400.
I remember watching in LA like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
And it was already up to 15 bucks per ticket.
So it's cheaper now?
Well, he's watched.
That's LA.
That's LA. So
That's LA.
yeah.
Yeah. Plus in Oregon, there's no tax. Well, sales tax. I don't know if sales tax.
No sales tax.
No sales tax. So where I'm from, there's no sales tax.
Yeah, but
But
that's still a shitty cinema.
yeah.
Oregon
For
Cinema.
for the nice one, you're gonna have to pay double. But there's not a lot of the nice ones.
Oh,
So, but I mean, it's nice. It's kind of cool to be with like, I think there's like 200 something like that people in the theater, and they're
what?
like,
That
they're
big?
like, they're like, yeah, they're like, like whatever, like when a cameo comes in, it's like it's nice to be part of that experience.
Oh hell yeah! Have you experienced when they
Yeah.
clap? So
Yeah,
my
like
cinema clap when Toby came up, people clapped. I'm like, damn, yeah.
yeah,
Our,
and then you join.
our cinema clapped. I stood up.
You
Did
stood
you?
up.
I stood up and I put my hands up like this, and I went like this, and I punched the air. I was like, yeah. I'm animated though.
He is very.
That's
Yeah.
so am I. So am I.
Yeah.
Well, remember
when we watched Frozen 3?
Frozen?
I watched
Yeah.
Frozen 3 with Will.
Yeah.
He was singing the whole time, and everyone
Frozen
around
Frozen
us
2.
2. Yeah, Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Frozen
I was-
2. He was singing with the characters, and everyone was just like kind of like eyeballing him, like what the fuck is that?
Join me. Sing together. I mean, obviously there are times when I'm supposed to shut up.
Hell yeah.
There are certain scenes when I'm supposed to shut up, but when it's song time, come on, man, that's an invitation for all of us to sing along. When there's those,
imagine you're standing up. Come on, guys. Come on,
yeah,
guys, man.
like when Captain America and Iron Man got into their fight. I'm pretty sure it was like, yeah, ooh, whoa. I mean, you're not supposed to be quiet during.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Man, get into it. Get into it. Join.
I love it.
Join.
Exactly. And if you're gonna, I would prefer that people don't say shit, But if you do, make sure it's fucking funny. You know how in a classroom,
True.
when you drop like a joke, make sure the class laughs, because if the class don't laugh, the teacher will get mad. That's the same way I feel in the cinema when you say something. Oh no, you didn't, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
As long as the whole crowd laughs, but don't drop a lot of it.
When Jake Sully goes into his soliloquy, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm trying to hear what he's saying.
What he's saying,
and yeah, when you're talking, you can't hear what somebody is saying. So obviously, there's times when you're supposed to be quiet, and there are times when you're supposed to like get into the movie, and
yeah,
and they do that, and Avatar did that for me. I got into it.
I got into it fast. I mean, not as fast. It took a little bit because again, he was rehashing. The first 30 minutes was a rehash. I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
He hit all the beats and showed us he even gave us some Titanic action. You know how he used this it was a best of, you know what I mean? It's a greatest hits. Remember when the ship was like sinking and they were drowning? I'm like, that's fucking
Titanic.
That's Titanic right there. When the mechs started dropping, I'm like, that's Terminator right there. It was a best of. That's why I'm like, I don't mind it.
So you don't mind him recycling stuff from his old movies?
No. It's like, it felt like, you know how when you watch a band and they play their new album songs, and then once they start playing their old songs, you're like, I'm still singing along. Just to get back to that joke analogy I was given earlier. Here's Tito Jim Cameron fucking telling you his joke again, and I'm like, I'm just laughing my way to the bank, man.
And then he can also he can take also parts of other movies as well and you know, throw the little elements into his own movie.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, when bands sing other people's songs. Nirvana did it during Unplugged.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Man who sold the world. You
Oh, there you
know,
go.
there you go.
Mhm.
And
David Bowie.
and when he wants a drama, and you know that son is dying, you know, it will really make you go, no, 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 no. You know,
Yeah, man, I was sad because, I mean, I'm an older brother, so
Mhm.
I know what it's like being
See,
that older brother. I have kids,
see,
so
I'm confused. Which one was a brother who died? The older
the
brother
older
is the
brother,
one.
The older one.
The
the
kuya is
older
the
one,
one who died.
the cool,
Shit.
yeah, the responsible one.
Uh huh.
And then another thing, okay, now this also. Why did the older brother have an accent and the younger brother didn't?
I
True.
was
See,
thinking the same.
so
No, he
you know,
didn't. They
things
both
like
had accents. He had an accent
no,
too.
No,
and
one was
totally
thicker than the other.
Yeah, the other one
two
was.
totally different accents. Two totally different accents. And then the daughter, the not the daughter that was the miracle baby.
The Sigourney Weaver called.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver one had a totally different accent.
She
And then
had
the
a
youngest one,
yeah.
Took, the youngest one, I call Olivia, our 4-year-old. I call her Took now because of the movie. She had a totally different.
That's true.
Oh, you know.
Because even well, I'm not defending. This is just off the top of my head. Because maybe Jake doesn't have an accent, but Neytiri has an accent. So maybe one kid is like an
Spend
amalgamation of
more.
dad and mom. That's why he gets that accent. And one
Yeah,
is
could be.
the older one is more Navi, so he hangs out more with his crew. So that's
Could
why he
be.
has a different accent. Maybe that's why he did it that way. Also, audio wise, you could tell them apart easier. Because honestly, I didn't even know which brother died. I was so lost in all the fucking action. I just knew that someone died, but I was
Yeah.
too busy understanding how he did that shot for me to care about the story. I mean, I know the story is like, you know, cookie cutter, whatever. Grab a fable and put special effects. That's what Avatar is. But the effects were
Yeah.
just so amazing. And being a guy who's in production, you know, I'm like, how the fuck did it pull that off? I love it when it's magic in front of my eyes. I'm like, you
Yeah.
know, I'm
Well, they
blown
had the
away.
budget for it. The budget was insane for that movie.
What was it? 200 million or some shit?
Yeah, 200 million. That's what I read. 200 million.
It's worth every fucking penny, bro.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, they made cinematic history right there.
thank you, thank you. That's what I was feeling. It's cinematic history,
Yeah, they're breaking barriers. They're breaking barriers
which is mhm.
every time they do it, they're breaking barriers. I just hope that, you know, the next time they do it, let's come with some consistency.
Need to see
You
your
know,
Turok Mato.
yeah,
Better segue.
I mean, maybe better actors. You know,
You
voice
don't really
actors
need better actors. Who else do you need?
or
They're
you know,
blue. They're blue.
voice actors.
They're
No, just like, you know, so you can get the consistency with the accent. The Maori people, they were amazing.
they're amazing.
The Maori, and obviously you're gonna get your resident Maori. I forgot his name. The name of
Did
the
you know that
actor.
one of them was Kate Winslet?
Yeah, I knew about that.
I didn't
But
know
then
about that coming into it.
the resident Maori, he plays a Maori in every single movie that he's in. Um, you can I forgot the
I
actor's
forget
name.
his name too, but I can see his
Yeah,
face.
yeah, but you will automatically know that it's him
Yeah,
by the look of his character as well as the voice
yeah.
and
He had that little
yeah,
double chin too, just like and
yeah,
the short
yeah,
jaw. You know that it's the
yeah. You
act.
can't go,
Just
can
like
never go
Sigourney
wrong
Weaver's
with him.
avatar. You know that's a younger version of her. It's kind of
Mhm.
one of my friends is like I remember he whispered, "It's kind of weird, but isn't it weird that I'm finding this blue alien hot?" I'm like, bro, it's okay. It's okay that you find her hot. It's cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that. you're turning furry, or like in this case, blue alien. I swear to God, I was laughing my ass off.
What did he say to Jake Sully in part one? You went native.
You went native. No, I don't remember that part.
He said that he went native. I think he said that in part one. Do you remember that part, Sean?
I'll be totally honest with you. I barely remember Avatar. It's
Same
like,
here. I remember a lot of it, but not as much as Will does. I don't remember the fucking Turok Man.
yeah, I remember that part.
Oh, you remember that
But
part?
I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's just not as like, I don't know. I have a pretty bad memory when it comes to movies because like I consume so much like entertainment and like media that it just gets left in the back burner. If it's not that memorable to me, then it won't really stick.
I loved part one, so
I love part one too, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
I think
again. Like that joke.
it
I haven't
matters.
heard or watched it in a while.
Story matters to me so much,
I know. That's what I think about you, bro.
and consistency, story and consist. Just be consistent.
I'm not saying. So are you saying that this one isn't consistent for you?
It wasn't consistent with part one. It didn't connect seamlessly. Like what Ashawn said, slap, boom. We're making a new story. We'll carry over from the first one somewhat.
That's consistency. That's they didn't introduce new characters. They didn't introduce.
Not only that, but elements from the first movie. I wanted to see it in the second movie.
That's not inconsistency though. That's what's the
carry
word?
over.
There you go.
Carry over.
Yeah.
I want to see all that. I mean, that right there is basically attention to detail.
Mm.
And I want to know that they went the extra mile and they covered all those bases.
Okay, we got 6 minutes. Let's wrap it with a 1 to 10 scale. What we do here, Sean, is that we rate the movie 1 to 10. 10 first being the best.
All right.
You start off 1 to 10 and your closing thoughts.
I don't even think I have a movie that I've given a 10. So I think I'm gonna give it like an 8.5.
Wow, 8.5.
That's
Okay.
a good
8.5.
score.
That's a pretty good score.
That's a good score. Somebody
I mean,
that has never given me a 10.
What?
No, I rarely give 10. I don't know. I haven't seen something that's been like, wow.
So you've never
wow,
given.
I just want to rewatch that.
You've never given a movie a 10.
Dark Knight. It's not. That's a 10.
No. That's like a. I don't know. I think Dark Knight would be like a 9.5. I don't know.
For me,
just,
last
I feel like
Last Mohicans.
I'm waiting.
Last of the
I'm waiting.
Mohicans is a 10.
I'm waiting.
Last of the Mohicans
for
is
that one
10
movie.
and a half.
Last of the Mohicans.
It's 10 and a half.
Maybe I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
An 8?
Hey, you went lower.
You went lower.
I did go lower. Oh God, you guys kept talking about it. So now I think about it more, maybe an 8.
W, what are you giving it?
Part one for me was a 10. Part one for me was a 10. Since I'm complaining about it,
I know, I'm surprised that you are.
I'll give part two a 9.
Just for context, you also rarely gives a 9.
Yes.
Right?
But because, again, you showed me a whole new world, Aladdin. You showed me a whole new world.
A new fantastic point
of view. Because you introduced me to so many new characters. Because you again broke, new barriers cinematically. You still, even though you annoyed me with your without, not with your lack of carryover from part one, I will still give part two because it was just so overwhelmingly beautifully done cinematically. You'll get a 9 from me.
I don't give a 10 easily either. I give it to the likes of Dark Knight. and Infinity War. You know, those are my 10s. Godfather is a 10.
Yeah.
I
Avatar
agree
one
with
for
that.
me. Avatar one for me was Godfather 2 too. I like 2 better than 1. Um Avatar 1 for me is at 8.5 just because I don't know. Plus I didn't like the forest. I'm not a forest guy. If I were to choose between the beach and the forest, I choose the beach any day. And
Oh, yeah, any
this
day.
one is
Yeah.
and this one is a water, you know, it's way of the water. It's all about what Jim Cameron saw there and how he made his imagination run wild. You know, those chase scenes look real because you know this is a fucker who watched fish that long, you know, in a camera and he just converted it into like fantasy in his head. So I'm gonna pull out my 10 for Avatar too. I loved it. Everything, the story. Again, I'm a spectacle guy. So with the high of the spectacle effects wise, this is 11. Story wise, I think it's at 8.5. So it just hits a 10. It's still a perfect score.
Evens out.
It evens out.
Yeah.
It evens out. Diba? I don't know. And I was surprised that Willie's like, yeah, I've kind of enjoyed it. Maybe was that you not overhyping me too, or because you found some annoying parts, huh?
I found some. I was genuine when I said that
Yeah.
out. I was genuinely entertained. It was very entertaining.
Very entertaining. But yeah, there were parts that
But I was just, again, throughout the whole movie, I just found myself. Obviously, what's going to happen next? And then I was like, man, this is inconsistent. Man, this is inconsistent. Like, I was just questioning too many things there. So
yeah.
those things matter to me.
No,
Those
it
things
should,
matter.
motherfucker. That's why.
Like, they matter to me big time.
Yeah.
Like whenever I watch my DC animated movies, man, all the Batman DC animated movies,
Those are consistent as fuck.
Yeah, they
blow
are.
my mind.
Yeah.
The visually, they're just. I
Stunning.
mean,
Yeah. Well
I have
made.
no complaints when I watch those. Like zero
Yeah.
complaints.
Me too.
I
I
mean,
feel it's written for you. It's made for me. That's what it feels like. No. You know, I think that. Yeah. So
so that's the thing. Like when I saw Shawshank Redemption for the very first time, dude, that's a 10. Shawshank Redemption for me, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
And
You know what's
that may get an 11 from me.
You know, a similar movie to that. Have you seen Felon?
Not yet.
Oh, look that up. That's Val Kilmer and the bad dude from Blade One. What's his name? Deacon Frost. I forget the actor's name, but him. Watch that Felon. It's Shawshank Redemption esque.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
when I see a movie like Shawshank Redemption, or you know how I love history, that's why Shawshank Redemption gets me, because it's a period piece. That's why The Last of the Mohicans gets me, because it's also a period piece. I find no inconsistencies throughout the movie. It's seamless. It's accurate, and the story is beyond amazing. Wherever you go, I will find you. Stay alive.
No matter
Stay
how
alive.
long. No matter how long.
And Daniel, Gangs of New York, that's a 10 right
Shit,
there.
I think I'm gonna watch Last of the Mohicans before going to bed. That will be my.
It's on Netflix. It's
I
on
know,
Netflix,
I know. I haven't seen it
It's
since
on Netflix.
it was on like last month. Well, I'll close this up. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. My fellow panelists for the day, WW, Sean, welcome. You're welcome back anytime. I hope you had fun, man. It's all over the place. This is what we do with
sir.
WW.
Hey, but we didn't go as far down a rabbit hole this time.
We did it.
What was the last review?
The last review we did was Love and Thunder, I think.
Oh, okay.
Ant-Man. We could do one. You know what we didn't get to do, WWE? We didn't get to do Maverick, man.
Yeah, we didn't get to do Maverick. Hey, we can still do it.
Yeah, so do it.
Let's set it up.
So there you go. So we'll set that shit up. Well, before we go, Sean, you cool with everything? What do you do?
Yeah. What do I do?
Yeah.
Besides, professional, being a professional, Navi expert,
Professional Navi expert.
expert in
Jake Sully cosplayer.
Everything Avatar.
I don't really do much. I mean,
are you a student? Are you working?
I'm a student. I'm a student.
Ah, there you
go. I'm senior high school, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, wait. So did you get to see the first Avatar in the cinemas?
No.
No. See, shit, you're making us feel old.
That's Avatar's a movie you need to see in the cinemas. Like,
yeah,
I don't think the experience will ever be the same if you just watch it on your phone or on the TV.
Watch on your phone? You don't watch movies on your phone.
Hey, I know some people that watch
it's
movies
a new
on their
generation.
phone.
It's a new generation, bro.
I know.
I used to push this guy.
Oh, okay.
I used to push this guy in a stroller. So that's how far back we go.
How old are you, brother?
I just turned 18
there you go.
15 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah.
So
beginning of the month.
You don't mind two old dudes talking about hating agendas and shit in your movies?
That's fine. You guys,
do you feel the same? Does your generation feel the same? Do you feel that that shit's in your face?
That like it's in your face, like having an agenda. And
yeah, like when they
portray in film.
Shit. Yeah,
basically trying to send a message.
Whatever it is, whether it be LGBT,
whatever the message is,
color shit.
My generation I think, especially now in the past, maybe 5.
Like Ashan, sorry to cut you off.
6 years.
Ashan, let me just cut you off real quick.
That's a bad habit. That's a bad habit of cutting people off.
Yeah. Really quick. What if they made Superman black?
Like that.
How would you feel about that? And again, you're talking to somebody.
So you're talking about that kind of agenda. Okay, well, I mean, for example,
obviously we know what they're trying to tell us if they make Superman black.
They are, but here's the thing. Here's another thing.
See, that shit kills us.
This I know, like, well, Disney and Marvel are related, but
what if they made him Filipino? What if they made Superman Filipino?
Well, Ariel.
Let him finish.
He was Filipino. He was Filipino. Dean Cain. Dean Cain is Filipino.
No. Little Mermaid. Did you hear about the Little Mermaid live action?
I hate that. That kills me.
Did you hear about that?
Yes.
That kills you.
That kills me.
I didn't hear.
Ariel is gonna be black. I'm pretty. Yeah.
He's black with red hair.
What do you think about that?
Again.
Go with
that Ariel is not as iconic a character. I could care less, honestly. I can care less.
That's me.
I can care less.
It depends. Depends.
You make Superman black, then right there, that is just like gonna be like
no.
It's gonna change everything for me.
Here's a bigger question. What if we made T'Challa white?
Then same thing. I'm gonna be like,
exactly. That's my point. We're so comfortable with making people black, but why can't we make the black people white?
I'm not comfortable making people black. It's just that.
I don't care, of course, but with them, because we see eye to eye with that. That's why I want to know
I just don't care about Ariel. I think Ariel.
I love Ariel. Bro. I grew up with Ariel.
No, I grew up with Ariel too, but I didn't really look at her, as being white or black because she's a mermaid.
She's white. She's a ginger, bro.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Superman let the Gen Z
speak. Are all Kryptonians white?
Hey, did we see any black? Do you see any black Kryptonians? I was gonna say, did we see any black mermaids? Or mermen? in the movie.
Mer
I didn't
people.
think mer people. Did we see any black Kryptonians? Were there any black people on
Honestly,
Krypton? I don't remember. I watched the series Krypton.
So there were black.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Zod was black in that one.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't. I
okay,
don't
there
remember
you
that.
go.
The
How can you
girlfriend
not?
was
So
black, right? The girlfriend was black.
Yes. So go, Sean. You were
Yeah.
asking. Go. Are you Gen
so
Z?
I mean,
Let the Gen Z speak.
let the Gen Z speak. I don't know. As far as like having an agenda pushed in your face, my generation, they're like really vocal about that, right? So it's kind of
Very,
like
very.
for me,
Pro
I'm
or
kind of just
against?
used to it now. Pro having an agenda, do whatever you want to do, in my opinion. I don't really think too much about it. As long as the film, as long as I think the film is enjoyable. Like, you know, with Marvel, a lot of people care about comic book accuracy.
Yes,
Right?
Yes.
that's us. That's us.
Yes.
See, okay. Now, then
1,000%.
you care about comic book accuracy.
1,000%.
Hell
And
yeah.
I agree.
I care about consistency from first movie to second.
So, what do you think? What do you guys think about Thor? Thor?
That's comic book accurate.
I wish they
Yes.
showed more, a bit more of what's his name again?
Gore. The God
Gore, yeah,
Butcher.
Gore.
He's
Yeah,
not accurate look wise.
he's not accurate
Maybe story wise.
look
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, how that's going to be so difficult
But
to
that's
make
Christian
him.
Bale. That's
Going to be so difficult.
That's
but
why.
I mean,
That's why you gave it to Christian Bale. I love Thor: Love and
Yeah.
Thunder.
we're
That wasn't
talking
a
about
agenda.
Thor. Remember the Beta Ray Bill statue in the background?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but why? My question, and I ask you this in the review too. Why don't we have Beta Ray Bill yet?
We will.
This is
We
Thor
will.
4. Where the fuck
We
is Beta?
will.
Why is it still a statue? Why is he still an Easter egg and not like a main villain? You know what I mean? Or
Because
becomes a
Beta Ray Bill needs his own movie
it's true.
or his own series.
I'd watch
And
the
how
fuck out of that.
And how can you push an agenda with Beta Ray Bill? Beta
It's
Ray Bill.
Marvel.
Beta
they
Ray
made-
Bill.
They made Korg
is
gay,
part
bro.
of this race.
Remember Korg and his. He has 2 dads.
Oh man,
That's
Beta Ray
fucking
Bill
agenda
is
right
part
there.
of this race. This race is getting annihilated. They need a genetically enhance one of their people, and here comes Beta Ray Bill to save the day.
Carbonite. Is that his race? I'm trying to remember his race.
Corbin, yeah, Corbin. It's like a face like they
Sean
don't have
didn't
a
get to
nose.
answer the question. He ended up speaking over.
No,
I don't even remember the question, to be honest.
Are you familiar with Beta Ray Bill?
Yeah, he's like the I don't know what race he is, but like
Yeah, I'm gonna check. I gotta find
he's like
out.
the alien Thor, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Well, race.
But yeah, because like I've been hearing a lot with like
I'm right.
Yeah, Corbinite.
Carbonite.
Or
With a
Corbinite.
K. Corbinite. A Corbinite.
I remember.
race.
I still remember the fight between him and Thor.
Yeah.
I remember it in the movie or the series.
The series.
it was-
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, it was a series.
Yeah.
I remember it. I remember reading it in the comic. That right there is
Anti-hero.
so accurate.
You know?
So accurate. They're fighting, and then nobody wins. There's no win
Exactly.
because
'Cause it's
they both agree to stop.
Yeah. And he gets to lift Mjolnir. That's the problem right there,
Yeah.
right? He gets not everyone gets to lift Mjolnir except for him. Not even Cap did eventually, but
Wait a minute. You say eventually, but remember when they were all trying to pick it up?
exactly. That's why I said eventually. He could have
No. The first time Cap tried,
did nudge.
Just scoot a little bit.
This is a question for you, Pyle.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that he didn't pick it up on purpose just so that Thor wouldn't feel bad?
Yeah. I heard about this a lot.
The way I interpret it is that he's worthy, but he's hesitating. He's not confident enough. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's worthy, so it nudged, but he has that doubt still. So it's not. Oh, you're still not worthy. But in Endgame,
That makes sense.
I mean, when all hell breaks loose, fucking Mjolnir.
Because
Uh,
because when Thor said Thor had the greatest line in that movie, I knew it.
and he would remember it cuts to his face and he goes,
Yeah, he's like that.
is he gonna do it? But then it doesn't happen.
Because Thor knew that he could pick it up, and I think Cap knew that he could pick it up, but Cap was like, you know what? I don't want to show everybody up because he's such a humble guy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Maybe.
Cap was always the most humble guy in the room.
Yeah.
You know, humble beginnings.
Yeah.
So I was like, Cap knows that he can pick it up, but he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to make Thor feel bad, because that's what makes Thor special.
Mm-hmm.
Is his ability to wield Mjolnir.
And then,
And the fact that he's a god.
yeah. Plus, he's like the son of the All-Father. A lot of other things, bro. Not just the hammer. Remember, it's not. What was it? No, Asgard is a place. It's not a place. It's the people. Or Thor is not the hammer, but what? Lightning? I don't know. But,
because remember when Thor fought against Hulk on what planet was that?
Scar. Oh, was it Scar?
Yeah.
Sakaar. Sakaar. Yeah.
And he didn't have Mjolnir, right?
Yeah.
But he called in the thunder, and man.
Yeah.
Right. So that was like full power without the hammer.
Without the hammer. Yeah.
Without the hammer, Thor. And I mean, if he could just call upon that power at any given time,
he can. Remember, he can even give it now. Remember in Love and Thunder, he gave it to the kids.
Oh,
for a limited time. A lot of people. And I like that part. That was funny. That was funny.
Awesome. Some of my friends were like that.
There was like a little dog kid or something that had the power. It was funny.
I gotta watch that too. No, but I'm doing Last of the Mohicans tonight. Oh no, you guys check out Last of Us? That's
I want to watch that because I used to play the game.
Same here.
Yeah, I played the first game, the part 1.
I played the first one too. I'm not playing.
I heard it was really good.
This one's really good. I mean, it's a good start. Plus, it's Mando. It's Pedro Pascal as fuck.
I was so invested in that character and the girl. Because you can switch back and forth. You switch back and forth throughout the game. So I was just so invested in that. What is it? Is it a series?
Series on HBO. Episode 1 is out today.
How many episodes are out?
1 so far. We're doing the weekly. It's gonna be Pedro Pascal from now till fucking May. Because this is 9 episodes. So once it's done, Mandalorian starts March 1. So Pedro Pascal again.
So there are a few series that I got to get into now. Vikings Valhalla season 2.
They said it's
The
weak.
Witcher. Really? Season 2?
Yeah, my friend said it's not as strong as the first.
Vikings? Wow.
Trust me, I love Vikings too, but I haven't seen this one. I've seen the first. Valhalla's, I like the Ragnar Lothbrok part.
And I like season 1 of Vikings Valhalla. I like season 1.
Oh, really? It was.
Yeah.
I don't even think I finished it.
So I got to get that. I got to get into Willow.
I'm not gonna get into Willow. I heard it's woke as shit.
Really?
Me. Is it?
Really?
Have you seen it?
I just saw. I just kind of. I mean, it's Disney. I mean, as far as like you guys are talking about pushing agenda,
really?
I mean, Disney is like always about that, aren't they not?
Yeah, now they
are. Now they are. Before they weren't. They don't really give a shit back then, but now they do.
I grew up
obviously because their audience.
Like Mandalorian's not woke. That's why I love Mandalorian.
No, it's not. No, that's true. That's true.
Andor's not woke.
I grew up on that. I mean, that movie, Conan the Barbarian, the Destroyer.
And the Destroyer. I don't give a fuck. I love those too.
Yeah, those are the movies that I grew up on. I remember Blockbuster, renting these movies at Blockbuster.
Uh-huh.
My we had the double VCR where you put the movie in this one and you put your blank tape in the other one and you
Yeah,
can
re-record,
record the movies. Oh
copy,
man.
copy it like
Yeah.
deck to deck.
So Maria
Sounds
was
like these. Look, listen to these monkeys. What are tapes?
No, I used to go to
Maria-
Blockbuster.
no,
They
hey,
Oh,
closed down
really?
though.
Sean,
Yeah.
you were watching Shallow Hal with Maria yesterday,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
I remember.
she was talking at what I think she was like telling you guys about a telephone or something, or a movie. She was just giving a lesson to my kids about. So yeah, they had to answer the phone, and that's why they couldn't leave the
Oh, the
house.
payphone.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that. I was listening in. I was upstairs and I was listening in. So my wife was, I had my two kids or my three kids plus Sean and my wife. I came home late and they were watching Shallow Hal, and
Very
it's kind of a
inappropriate, right?
yeah. It's a history lesson for my kids
True.
and
And
kids that didn't
I would
grow up
assume
with.
it's very inappropriate for like, you know what I mean?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
for
especially for their
today.
age.
For today,
Exactly.
because so I grew up in the States where we had payphones. You put your coin in, and you call and you get a certain amount of time. And then I moved to the Philippines
1 minute remaining.
where you have buy and tell. Remember buy and tell?
Of course, I had Pantel.
So you would go to the local sari store and you would give 5 pesos and you get to use their phone. Remember that?
Of course.
So
Of course. Are you talking to
like
me? Of course I remember that.
yeah.
That was the era,
I mean,
motherfucker.
I'm assuming you had your own phone, but
Uh-huh.
us, me living in the dorm, we didn't have a phone. So if I wanted
Uh-huh.
to call my tita, I had to go to the sari store, give them 5 pesos, so that I can use their phone to call my tita. Tita, I'm coming this
But
weekend.
but pagers were around, right? Pagers. We had. No,
Wala naman I didn't have a pager.
I
Wala
didn't
naman
have a
akong
pager.
pager.
Hold on, hold on.
I
But
didn't,
I'm just saying.
and so Sean doesn't even know what a pager is. So the early
The
pagers,
small, the
you
small
could
one,
only get.
right?
Okay,
That
Little
there
do
you go.
what?
strings.
The
Yeah.
the
I've
thing
never.
the thing that Nick Fury had.
Yeah. I know what it is, but I've never had to use one.
Yeah. So when I moved to the Philippines, you would call an operator and tell the operator your
Message.
and the message would come out on your pager like
Yeah.
it's 10 o'clock. Where are you? Come home. Something like that.
Or if you were to meet someone, I'm here, meet me, blah blah blah. So you have to go to a payphone to page
Yeah.
someone to
Right.
meet up.
And then the early pagers, you can only type in a number. Very sophisticated for their time, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. And now everything's, I don't know, fucking Zoom and shit.
See, and Sean, that's why I love going here to Tambay with Pael. It's because it's not. I mean, it's structured. We have a topic, but it's
Uh-huh.
unstructured because
We picked from
we're
every
talking about
pocket.
pagers now. We went from Avatar to pagers.
Oh yeah, we don't let it nitpick.
Frozen,
We're just having a
maybe.
conversation. That's all.
Exactly. It's a podcast. That's what I love.
It's a podcast. Podcasts do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all podcasts do that.
It depends on what kind of podcast you're talking
Yeah.
about, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
this
this is
we're
that
talking about
type of
movies.
podcast.
Yeah,
if we're talking
free
about like
flow.
politics or something, I don't know.
We free flow every time. Well, I mean, I do.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
trust me, he's gotten so much better with when it comes to state. No, actually, you were never bad at it. It was just that you were always stripping Ali on purpose. That's
Yeah.
why we were all over the place. Because one of our co-hosts and a buddy of ours, Ali, he would be struggling with his thoughts as he's speaking, and Willie's asking him questions on the side. He's stripping his thoughts. He'd get so mad. Come on, Willie. Come on, man. But you've been better at that with him. So Anyway,
I
what
miss
else?
him.
I'll miss him too. Well, I talked to him. I'm like, why? How come you didn't tell me that this movie was this fucking good? He's like, I don't know, man. The holidays, the holidays. I'm like, okay. Well, what else we got before we close? Oh, Alice in Borderland is fun. Watch that second season of that is fun. On HBO, that's what we got. Last of Us, House of the Dragon. I can't believe we didn't do Tambay for House. Oh no,
No,
'cause I remember
yeah.
you were late with House of the Dragon. You weren't weekly.
No,
I
I
remember-
wasn't weekly, and then
That's
I
why
binged.
That's why we didn't get to Tambay because I didn't know that you finished it already. Because I remember I was telling
But
you
but
it's
we
worthy.
will come by that. We will come
That's
by that.
very worthy, right? That's Tambay worthy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
So if I were to review the year, and I'm counting Avatar as like last year, I would say
2022.
show wise, House of the Dragon, hands down. Movie wise, Avatar. 2, Way of the Water. How about for you guys?
Yeah, I would agree with.
Right?
I would agree with you.
Sean? Don't be,
I'll be honest. I didn't
say it.
watch
What's
House
on
of
your
the Dragon.
mind? What?
I haven't watched House of the Dragon yet.
Oh, show wise.
I-
The show.
yeah,
What's-
'cause-
so what for you?
Show wise,
Don't be
I
shy.
don't
We
even
want to
know
know
if
what
that
your
was-
what
I
your
don't even know if that was this year.
What?
Because the last show I binged, because I haven't been really binging shows lately. The last show I binged was Better Call Saul.
Oh, I didn't get into that.
Better Call Saul is good. Better Call Saul is
I
good.
heard.
And I like that whole franchise. I'm a big fan of that franchise. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I stopped with Breaking Bad.
but you did,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why I have a problem with watching Better Call Saul, because Breaking Bad was just so
Exactly.
man.
That's why I didn't even bother. Because he
That-
wasn't even a
that
favorite
series is-
character of mine. You know? If it was a
That series-
backstory with what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito's character, the Polio Loco guy. If it was a show about that, maybe I'd get into it. But
because yeah, his
Right.
characters, Saul Goodman, Saul Goodman, he was a clown to me.
Exactly. You know, it wasn't the draw, but
Like a gag character, kind of.
yeah. Like one
He
of
was
those
a clown.
Wait, so Pyle, you play
I mean,
games too?
why would I be invested in?
Yes, I do.
In his.
Mostly like
I just don't
mostly like story-like games. I'm assuming.
I'm a fighting game champ too. I'll
Like
kick your
Tekken?
ass on anything. On that
Tekken,
console.
Street Fighter, all that.
Street Fighter, Tekken, all the MK games, and Injustice. And
So you would put House of the Dragon over the Book of Boba Fett?
oh yeah, the Book of Boba Fett. Remember when we reviewed Book of Boba Fett? I gave that an 8. That was just it wasn't a 9 and it was only the best ones were the Mando ones. Right? Remember the Mando episodes were the best ones. Obi-Wan was not good. I mean, I can't get myself to watch it again.
Stranger Things.
No, I dropped. That's too woke for me, especially
Too woke.
too woke. Yeah, for me.
I love Stranger Things.
I
don't find it that woke, dude.
This season was
I
too
don't find
woke.
that woke either.
But you finished the series. You finished the
No.
last season.
I finished because I
Really?
remember.
I told you about the Eddie scene. You gotta watch that.
The Eddie scene.
Oh, with
Yeah. Master of
Where he
Puppets.
rocks-
Is that Master of
The Eddie
Puppets?
scene where he rocks out, man. Oh,
Master of Puppets, right? That's what he plays, right?
Yeah, Master of Puppets.
Oh,
I know.
that right
But
there.
I got turned
Just
off because the
alone.
cute girl. Our first episode of season 4. The cute
talking
girl
about the
wasn't.
skinny
Yeah,
chick?
yeah, and she's like, yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to tell her I like her. I'm like, oh, here we go. Really, in the 80s, lesbians were this out in the 80s. I'm not buying this. I'm like, off. Not for me.
Oh,
Don't get
What
me
do you think?
wrong.
What do you guys think
I
about that
love G
Ghostbuster
to G
reboot?
action is my thing when I'm jerking off. But when I'm watching my shows, you're trying to spoon feed that shit down my throat. Right? Let's call a spade a spade. That's hot. Don't get me wrong. But when it's an agenda, how am I gonna open up to her about my feelings? Fuck this shit. You know, you won't
that
be
was the
trimming
friend.
in this
That was
show,
the
so
friend
I
of
don't care.
friend of the skinny chick, right? That was the
Yeah,
friend of the
yeah,
skinny,
yeah. That one.
the one with the glasses.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. So I'm like, not buying it. I love them all though. I mean, all the actors in it. Fuck, I love Millie Bobby Brown, but I don't know Finn Wolfhard. I don't know the other dudes. That was cool, but it's just it strayed to for me. It just got woker and woker and woker. But the first three seasons were good. Fucking Cobra Kai. We didn't even get to finish Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai was good too.
Haven't finished it, man. I think I saw 2 episodes with Cameron, and I haven't gotten to
It's not
finish
as
it.
awesome as season 4, but it's still good.
Really?
It's still good. It's not fine. It's still good. It's still
Well,
fun.
I mean, again, as long as Johnny is getting most of the shine, then I'll still be locked in because Johnny's the character. Johnny carries that series.
Yeah, I agree.
Johnny carries the series.
That's his
100%.
show. It's really his show.
Put him in a body bag, Johnny.
Wait, you haven't answered the question. Oh yeah, Better Call Saul. How about games? Why were you asking about games? What was your game of the year?
Oh well, I mean, I agreed with what the Game of the Year awards displayed, but I still think God of War is my favorite. Like, I
Oh,
want to
really?
see
Which one? Ragnarok?
Ragnarok.
Didn't bother with it.
Actually, no. Well, three is my favorite.
There you go. Thank you. Three's the
Three is
best.
my favorite game. But I mean, as far as like story, because God of War 3 was just a lot of killing gods and stuff.
That's the
I
point.
agreed with the story. That is
That's
the point.
the point.
But I really appreciated the Norse mythology with Ragnarok. So
I did.
I still want to see a live action though, whether it be wherever.
Here's a question. You say
Is
story.
that a possibility?
What?
They're talking about it.
A live action?
They are.
The
but
voice. I don't know how that's gonna work, but
With Kratos?
Are you?
yeah, the voice actor.
You're familiar with this shit, right, Willie? We're not putting you in the.
I mean, I played the first one, the very, very first one. Obviously, I don't play video games anymore.
Mhm.
He still has that whip thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blades of Chaos.
Okay. Yeah.
It's chaos. He has a son in this one, which I hate. I hate Atreus with all my heart. He's not
The
supposed
only-
to.
I think he's annoying.
Exactly.
The thing I like most about God of War is that it's based off of everything that's in our history, and
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
yeah.
I love that about it. But here's my question with this new with 4 and 5. Let's call them 4 and
Okay,
5.
4 and 5. Okay.
Is Kratos still the God of War?
I think the way I see it is because I always see these edits of like Mike Tyson and and Kratos because they have like a similar like type
Trajectory.
of, like, story. Because Mike Tyson and Kratos when they were young, they were going through all of that. There were a lot of rage and wanting to just be an absolute weapon of destruction. But as they grew older, they realized I don't know, they got more wise and more tame, I guess. I still think he's the God of War, but they made him
Weaker. He's not.
composed.
He's not the God of War anymore, is he? I mean, he doesn't kill anyone.
Mama Riza.
Yeah. I gotta go. I have a
Go. Let's close it up.
So
man.
I had fun.
We got 9 minutes too, so we'll just burn this out.
Hey, get Mama Riza on here, man. Let her say hi.
She's down. She's asleep by now.
Who's that?
The massage therapist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they ordered a massage. Okay.
Enjoy the
I will
massage.
Go, go, go. Thanks for
Peace.
coming on, man. Always appreciate it. A younger Buck's point of view.
Yeah, let's get him on here more. Get him on here more often.
Yeah, is he back here for good? Did he move back?
No, he's gonna be here until Feb.
Okay. We could do last of whatever's next. Maverick. We haven't even fucking done Maverick. That's up there for me. My top three would be Maverick. No. Number one would be Avatar. 2, No Way Home. 3, Maverick. Or maybe even Love and Thunder. I really like Love and Thunder.
I will go Maverick, number 1.
Number 1.
I will go Avatar, number 2. I will go. What's my number 3?
No Way Home.
No, I'm not putting No Way Home
Black Panther, Black Adam. What else do we have?
Have you seen All Quiet on the Western Front?
The original one?
No, it's a World War I movie.
No.
It's on Netflix. All Quiet. It's
This is the one
crazy.
with Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Alec Guinness.
Oh no, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's about World War I from the Germans' perspective.
Oh.
And the Germans lost the war.
Oh,
So you're literally in the trenches.
This is just a movie. It's one movie.
Yeah, just a movie. And then if I have to go with my top series of 2022, I will go number 1, House of the Dragon.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta go House of the Dragon number 1. Number 2, I'll go The Walking Dead.
Still? Really?
So,
Wow, you guys are faithful, man.
and I was invested in that.
And it still makes top 3.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh, really? Because I fell out, bro. I fell out. I'm not a loyal.
And then number 3, I don't think you saw this, but I will go 1883.
I saw that. That's on Netflix, but I haven't seen. I mean, I saw that on Netflix, but I didn't watch it. Really? So it's that.
So it's a spin-off of Yellowstone.
I didn't get to watch Yellowstone.
Okay, so Yellowstone is basically talking about Montana and the Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the cowboys and shit.
About the people that own it. So 1883 talks about how his ancestors, Kevin Costner's ancestors, came upon that place. And again, it's another period piece. And you know how I love period pieces. So it's talking about their trek from the east all the way west. Well, not all, they get all the way west, but as far as Montana and their journey, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Kind of dances with wolves-ish.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Native Americans and
cowboys,
and it's just that whole journey. I just find that so. I just gravitate towards that. It's fascinating. So I find it so fascinating. So that's my top 3 series.
Top 3.
What's yours?
I'll go same. Number 1, Hot D. House of the Dragon for sure. Number 2, Arcane was amazing. That blew my mind.
The anime.
The animated one. Okay. Did you finish that?
Okay. I have not yet, but it's on my list. It's on my list.
Get that up there. That one's good. And
is it kind of like Ex Machina?
No, it's something new. It's like steampunk meets like uh what's a good like Street Fighter, some shit like that. It's like a cross between colorful characters and steampunk. So that one's I'm having a hard time with number three. I won't give it to. I'm tempted to give it to Boba, but I think I can't even remember a series. I'll give it to Boba, not to Obi-Wan. I'll give it to Boba.
You didn't like Obi-Wan?
It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. All the Reva parts, we can cut out all the Reva. The Reva parts were just like, nah, I didn't need.
The typical angry black woman.
Exactly. Why are we doing this? It's not. You're not making a better case for yourself. Let's say you're a feminist or whatever. That's not the best representation of what you want to be or what you want to be perceived. You know.
Even at the very end when she's supposed to find redemption,
Yeah.
I still did not like her.
Exactly.
I still
You're not
didn't like
helping
her.
your case, sister, or whatever the fuck
I
her name is.
still did not like her even towards the very end.
I could
Maybe it's her acting, the way
she's written, the way she's designed.
Yeah,
it's too arrogant.
But
I
like how it filled in the blanks from you know, from certain portions of the movie until, you know, from in between, that's based in between
3 and 4.
Episode 3 and 4. So it filled in some blanks there, and I like how we see Darth Vader in a vulnerable state.
Yeah. But at his peak too, he was pretty strong in this one too.
Yeah, no, see, and again, he's not at his peak. He's not at his peak.
Yeah, that's not his peak.
You know, because if he can still be defeated by Obi-Wan, then he's not at his peak. Or he is at his peak, and then Obi-Wan falls off.
Yeah.
I don't know, however you want to look at it, but
he still gets his ass whooped in the end.
He still gets his ass whooped by and that's not supposed to happen. You know, because Darth Vader's supposed to be the chosen one.
Yeah, well, Obi-Wan still kicks his ass, and like whether his peak, even as a human being or as a robot, he gets his ass whooped both times. So,
and we're just waiting for that time where Darth Vader actually surpasses, you know, where the apprentice surpasses the master, and then becomes the actual master. Because even though, yes, Darth Vader went to the dark side, he still cannot beat the master. He still cannot, you know, outshine the master.
Yep. Let's wrap it up, brother. 1 minute. Thank you for watching WW. We'll do this again. Thanks for coming over, man. It's always fun, bro. You know that.
You know I can't get enough. You know I can't get enough Tambay.
Let me know, bro. Sorry I woke you up last night, but at least we're here today. I'm like, wakey, hands up, sticky. I'm like, this guy's out. I'm gonna let him rest out tonight. Adios.
Peace.
Later, bro.